So what we are going to look at today, we are going to see the inventory transaction in SAP Business One. So as we have already discussed, there are broadly three inventory in a three way we can do the inventory transaction. We can do the goods receipt without the procurement process. We can do the goods issue. We can do the transfer between the warehouse. Okay, and if you are receiving the material through the procurement process, we will create a goods receipt. If you are delivering the material to the customer, we can create the delivery order. So one is the procurement process, one is the sales process. For the procurement and the sales process also, your inventory is going to affect it. Apart from these two processes, there are inventory transactions recorded in the system. Okay, that is goods receipt, goods issue, and inventory transfer or stock transfer. When we create a goods receipt, what is the business scenario to create a goods receipt? The business scenario to create a goods receipt, let's say for example, there are some items which you issue to the production and that is left over lying in your premises and you want to brought into the warehouse. So in that scenario, you can create a goods receipt to bring the inventory into the warehouse. So in this case, you are not purchasing the material, you are bringing the item in the warehouse without the procurement process. So what you can do, you can create a goods receipt in this situation. Similarly, when you on which business scenario you can create the goods receipt? Suppose you are a manufacturing company, you want to produce some finished product, so you will buy a raw material and you will issue the material to the shop floor. So in that scenario, you will create a goods issue in the system. Okay, or you want to remove some of the damaged stock from the warehouse. So in that scenario also, you can pass a goods issue transaction. If you want to move the inventory from one warehouse to another warehouse, so you can pass the stock transfer or inventory transfer transaction in the warehouse. Okay, so all these transactions, inventory transaction, we are going to see. Look at where we will take one example, few examples, and we will see how the transaction is going to get recorded into the system. What all information needed to pass this transaction, what will be effect on this transaction in the inventory or in the warehouse, and how the transaction gets recorded into the system. So let us go and see the stock transfer first, then we will see the goods receipt and the goods issue. Yes. So I log into the system. So when you log into the system, you will find the inventory module. In the inventory module, you will find the inventory transaction. In the inventory transaction, you can see the goods received, goods issue, and inventory transfer. So these are the transactions that we can create. So what we are going to do, we are going to create, let's take an example. What we are going to do, we are going to move an item from warehouse 01, okay, from warehouse 01 to warehouse 02. Okay, we will take an item that we are going to move from warehouse 01 to warehouse 02. So from warehouse 01 to warehouse 02. will move the item from warehouse 101 to warehouse 02. Warehouse 02. Fine. So let's say for example there is item item 1 of quantity 10. Okay, item 1 of quantity 10, you want to move it to the warehouse 02, which is lying in the warehouse 01. We are going to move it to warehouse 02. Okay, this is what we are going to do in the system. So let us go and do that. So I'll go to the inventory transfer or the stock transfer. I'll click on the name. So what I will do, I will say copy from inventory request. Either I can take from the inventory request if there is a request, or I can go and directly create a transfer. So I will transfer this item from warehouse 01 to warehouse 02. So before transfer, we will go and check how much quantity is lying in the warehouse 1. So warehouse 1, general warehouse, you can see the stock is lying 622. Fine. So from 622 and the warehouse 2 is having 100 quantity. So what we are going to do, we are going to move 10 quantity from 01 warehouse to 02 warehouse. How we are going to do that? We can do that through the stock transfer. Okay, so the quantity I will put 10. Fine. And moving the item from 01 warehouse to 02 warehouse, and the quantity is 10, and the item is C401. So let us go ahead and create a stock transfer. Add yes. Receipt warehouse cannot be identical to the release warehouse. So I put 01 here same, so that's why it's not accepting. Right. Alright. So now I will go ahead and click add. So now it's created. Stock transfer is created. This is the item. We move from 01 warehouse to 02 warehouse at quantity 10. Now see the stock. What the changes in the stock after passing this stock transfer. You can see I think we have transferred from 02 to 01. So that's what it happened. Let me go and check. So okay, fine. So from warehouse I mentioned 2, and to warehouse I mentioned 01. So what did happen? From 02 to 01, the 10 quantity has been transferred. Okay, so it was 100 in the 02, now it becomes 90, and it was 621 in 01, now it becomes 631. So from one warehouse to another warehouse, the inventory, the goods has been moved from one warehouse to another warehouse with the help of an inventory transfer. Straightforward, cool, very simple. So when you do the inventory transfer, you can go and check what is the accounting transaction passed in the system. You can go and check the accounting transaction here. Both the debit and credit is on the raw material. So your raw material is get debited and credited. So there is no impact on the transaction because it is a movement from one warehouse to another warehouse. Alright. So this is a stock transfer. Now we will go and see the goods received. Goods received, when we brought the inventory stock into the warehouse, we created goods received. So let us assume we are going to receive an item which is lying in our premises, okay, which is lying in our yard. Item quantity 10 we are going to receive in the warehouse 01. So item of quantity 10 which is lying in somewhere in the shop floor, or some department is having that item, surplus item, there they want to return back to the inventory. So what we will do, because this item we are not purchasing, it is not coming from the procurement process, so we will not go and we can't create a goods received purchase order, GRP. What we will do, we will create a goods received. Goods received is nothing but to bring the inventory into the warehouse without the procurement process. So let us go and select the item. I will take the mouse, USB mouse. Okay, I will take the quantity 10. Okay, what I am doing, I am taking the USB of quantity 10 into the warehouse. Which warehouse? Warehouse number 01. So you can see that while creating a goods receipt, one important point that you have to keep in your mind, you have to provide the price of the item. Okay, because it is not coming from the procurement process, so system requires a price. Okay, you are bringing the item 10 quantity, what is the price of the item? So based on your input price, system will record the price of the item at the time of creating the goods receipt. So but you will ask a question, but how the price is taking now? Since you have selected this option, last purchase price option, so what it is taking, the last purchase price, whatever last purchase price it is taking from that purchase price. Okay, but you can go ahead and change this price. Say for example, you want to bring this item with the price of 6 GB. Okay, you can go ahead and change, and this will be the price of this item. Alright, so you need to input the price of the item which you are going to bring into the inventory. Okay, so currently the total 900 total stock of this item is 914 including all the warehouse. Okay, so after creating this goods receipt, the in stock quantity will become 924, because 10 quantity we are bringing into the inventory. But in which warehouse, you will ask? So I am going to bring this item in the warehouse 01. Okay, so let us go and check the inventory data. So in the warehouse 01, 814 is lying, and warehouse 02, 100 is lying. So total 914 is lying into the inventory in stock. Okay, now I am bringing the 10 more quantity into the inventory in the warehouse 01. So after creating the document, my in stock quantity of warehouse 01 will become 824, and the warehouse 2 will remain 100, and total it will become 924. Let us go and create the goods receipt. Alright, so I will go and add this create a goods receipt. So it's created. Alright, so let us go, and now you can see the quantity will become 924. Earlier it was 914. Let us go and check the inventory data one more time. So you can see now it becomes 824. Earlier it was 814, and the total quantity becomes 924. So what will happen? you brought the inventory. It was lying somewhere with somebody or with some department or in the premises, and you brought that item into the inventory. Okay, now your inventory will show the quantity, those quantities. Okay, so this is how we bring the inventory into the warehouse by creating goods receipt. Okay, fine. So now what next? The next is goods issued. When we, as I explained earlier, goods issue is created when you want to move the inventory, move out the inventory from the warehouse. Okay, so let us assume a scenario where I want to remove the 10 quantity of item 1. Okay, 10 quantity of item 1 from warehouse 01. So what I'm going to do, to I want to remove, or I want to issue 10 quantity, okay, of item from the warehouse 01. Okay, from the warehouse 01. So I want to remove the stock of item, of a particular item from the warehouse 01. Alright. I want to move the stock of item from the warehouse 01. Alright. So how I can do that? I will log into the system, and I will create a goods issue. So this is a goods issue transaction. I'll select that particular item which I want to issue. Let's say, for example, I will issue this item. I selected the item. I want to issue 10 items. Okay. At the time of issue, you no need to input the price. System will automatically take the price from the previous transaction. Okay. So you no need to input the price while creating a goods issue transaction. Okay, but here you will ask, it is showing some price. It is just information price. You can ignore this one, or you can hide this price from the goods issue. All right. So this is what info price is showing here. Info price. You can hide this. Info price. Hide it. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a goods issue of item mouse USB 10 quantity. I want to issue this material from 01 warehouse. Okay, and suppose, let's say for example, you are issuing this material to a certain project. Fine. So let's say for example, you have a project running and you want to issue this material to that project. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create the goods issue. You go ahead and create the goods issue. So I've created the goods issue. Let us see what will be the impact. So what did happen? Remember, this item was 924 in the stock before we pass the goods issue. After passing the goods issue, now the stock quantity becomes 914. So 10 quantity you remove from the warehouse. Now it's gone to the out of the system. Okay, so if you go if you go and check the inventory data, so you can see from warehouse 1 it becomes 814. Earlier it was 824. Okay, and if you go and see the accounting transaction, you can see the raw material is credited and your stock difference is debited. So these are the account settings. When you set this account based on your account determination, the accounting entry will be passed in the system. Okay, so this is how we issue the material from the warehouse. Okay, so what all transaction we have seen? We have seen the movement of the stock from one warehouse to another warehouse with the help of stock transfer. We have seen how we can bring the stock, how we can bring the item into the warehouse, into the inventory with the help of by creating a goods receipt, and how we can move out the item from the warehouse by creating a goods issue. So there are business scenario. Based on the business scenario and the setup, we do these transactions in the system. So in a nutshell, in summary, how the item gets moved from the warehouse or between the warehouse, or by creating these transactions: goods receipt to bring the item into the warehouse, goods receipt to move the item out from the warehouse, goods issue, and to move the item from one warehouse to another warehouse, goods transfer. So these are the transactions which we create in order to move the item within the warehouse. This we call it as a inventory transaction or stock transaction in system. Fine, very simple, straightforward, and you can set up and configure based on your business need and based on your business scenario, and it will cater all your business rules and policies. Okay, how you are going to manage your inventory into the system, how the item is going to moving within the warehouse. Okay, so